Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu nusalli wa nusallim ala rasulihil kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back. Today in our Tarbiyah series, we will be diving deep into discipline. What does discipline mean? What does it not mean? And more importantly, how do you bring about discipline? What is Unity's approach to discipline? I'm sure when I share our approach to discipline, you will agree with me, and the success of this presentation or this video or this series of videos would be that you would bring these techniques and these approaches, this philosophy, into your own implementation of discipline, whether you're a parent or an educator, a homeschooler, an administrative function you may have with children. Then this approach to discipline will really help you. We will do this topic in 3 parts, so there'll be 3 videos for this. The first video will deal with, let's define what discipline is, right? So what does discipline mean? If you open up Merriam-Webster's dictionary, one of the more famous dictionaries in the world, it says that it's training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties or moral character. Okay. Dictionary.com defines it as behavior in accordance with rules of conduct. So there's a certain rules of conduct that are decided upon, and behavior that is in accordance with these rules is discipline. Behavior and order maintained by training and control. So the maintenance of behavior and order is discipline through training, through control. What do we define at Unity International School? The definition for discipline is a code of conduct which binds the teacher and students together so that learning can be more effective. That is discipline. So what does discipline not mean? When I say, for example, that the traffic in Singapore is very disciplined, does it mean that it takes a lot of people to control it? Does it mean that it's unruly? No. It means that people are following certain rules and regulations, and everything is in accordance to plan. Things are going smoothly. When things are going smoothly, that is discipline. When things are not going smoothly, that is the breakdown of discipline, where you have to intervene and bring discipline back. So discipline here does not mean a series of punishments meted out to badly behaved students. It does not mean intimidating students into submission and forced obedience. So it does not mean that you are so scary and so fearful, fear-inspiring, that children only obey you or stay in line because they're afraid of what you might do to them. So intimidation is not discipline. Discipline is not to take action when things get out of hand, but to ensure that things never reach that stage. So not to let things break down, not to let things become chaotic or out of control, that is discipline. And remember that prevention is always better than cure. So if we're able to prevent the breakdown of discipline, that is a far more effective approach rather than trying to correct things that have already gone wrong. So how do we prevent a breakdown in discipline, and how do we ensure that discipline is maintained? First of all, maintain your dignity. Never lose your dignity. Teachers, parents, mothers, stop screaming, stop shouting, stop making a fool of yourself, stop getting hysterical, stop getting emotional. Don't sink down to the level. Basically, with children, if you hand over your remote control to them, they know all the buttons they need to push. If they know we can push these buttons and make you jump up and down and scream as loud as we want, and your volume can be raised as much as we want, then you are not in control, they're in control. So never give your remote control to your children. Not as a parent, not as an educator, not for any other purpose. Be fair and consistent. Be fair and consistent. If you're not fair and you're not consistent, they will figure you out. And there's nothing worse than a child feeling that he has been wronged, he has been, people have been unjust to him, or you favor someone and you are against someone. So never let children feel this way because of your lack of fairness or lack of consistency in enforcing your rules. Come well prepared to class. If you do not have a plan for them, they will have a plan for you. So always be well prepared when coming to class. The more you're prepared, the better control you'll have of class. Classroom management is, I'd say, 70% preparation. Be firm. You have to be firm. You can't have soft corners. You can't melt away on certain points. When you have set certain boundaries and those boundaries are being violated, then you have to be firm. Be soft but firm. You see, firm doesn't mean harsh. Firm doesn't mean loud. In fact, and we can do another complete video series on this, the volume of your voice, the lower it is, the more powerful it is, especially with a child. If you're out there screaming like this, then they will never take you seriously. But if you're talking to them in this tone, then they know you mean business. So the lower your voice, the more powerful it is actually. Be self-critical. Look into your own faults. Look into what you were not able to manage properly. Analyze yourself. Analyze where you went wrong. Did you walk out of the room for an extended time and not, didn't make sure anyone's in charge behind? Whatever. Use rewards and corrective measures wisely. We will get to corrective measures in another video. We'll have an entire video for that. But use rewards and corrective measures wisely. Remember, notice I did not say punishments. I said corrective measures. There will be a separate video for that. And at Unity, we follow the assertive discipline model, or the assertive discipline approach. What is the assertive discipline approach? So when something asserts itself, it lets its presence felt. It lets its presence be felt, and the rules of your classroom basically support themselves and ensure that discipline takes place. So assertive discipline is a systematic and objective way of ensuring teacher-controlled classroom. This is a high-profile form of discipline. The assertive teachers are demanding and yet treat everyone fairly. So students know that this teacher is in charge. Her presence has itself exudes and asserts an aura of discipline. And remember, we said discipline means a code of conduct where the teacher and students agree to, and it ensures that learning takes place fruitfully, productively, smoothly, effectively in the classroom. Clear rules are laid out and consistently enforced, and appropriate behavior does not go unnoticed in an assertive teacher's classroom. So when an assertive teacher, she makes her rules, first of all, she brings student agency into it. Students take part in setting up those rules. Then they're more likely to follow those rules when they have a say in setting those rules. And then those rules are consistently enforced. Remember, the key word is consistency. You cannot enforce them sometimes and enforce them other times. You cannot take certain actions against certain students in certain conditions and then not do that for others. Okay? And appropriate behavior, positive behavior should be noticed. It should be acknowledged. It should be appreciated. It should be rewarded over time. So this ensures assertive discipline. A positive attitude is prevalent in the assertive teacher's classroom. So anytime you will walk into the classroom of a teacher practicing assertive discipline, there's this positivity in the classroom. There's no intimidation. There's no negativity. There's no dragging your feet. Why do I have to do this? Is this going to be on the test? No, there's learning taking place. So inshallah, in our next video, we will look into what happens when there's a breakdown in discipline and how do we restore discipline. What techniques, what measures should we take to investigate if an incident takes place where someone's hurt or someone's rights have been not taken care of, etc., when children have misbehaved. And what should we do in order to correct those issues? We will look into those things in the next two videos. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.